Well, this afternoon, Caroline took to the streets of Wellington and she asked this question.
How do you heat your home?
Fire.
Gas heater?
Blankets, really?
Through insulation, and I have a wood fire.
We don't have any heating. I think it's just pretty well insulated.
Yeah, we've got a wood fire at ours.
Gas heater.
Well, for us, we kind of just all gather in the living room. So if we've got the fire going there, then that area is the warm area. And then we just take a hot water bottle or something to bed with us.
Labour has put forth a bill called the Healthy Homes Bill that would require houses to be insulated. Is that something that you would think would be a good idea?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Definitely.
Yeah, good
Just
idea.
common sense, every house should be insulated.
100%. It would be a very good idea from a health perspective, particularly for young families and elderly people. And I mean that sincerely.
My daughter gets sick pretty much every winter because our house isn't insulated.
I've got a lot of friends that live in like villas in Ponsonby and Auckland, and it's ridiculous, like the amount of mildew and stuff they get, it's yuck.
Being able to live in a healthy house is like definitely a human right, I reckon, yeah.
Well, there you go. Maybe we should all just huddle together, you know. Come to Backbeaters Wednesday night and hang out here with the MPs. But look, this is the first time in the entire history of the show where we went out to Cuba Street and there was 100% agreement on this issue. It's extraordinary. What do you make of that, Tim?
Well, I suspect that most people out there weren't aware of the fact that the government has already introduced, and in fact is tonight debating in Parliament, our own amendment to the Residential Tenancies Act, which goes further in many respects than Andrea Little's bill.
How so? How does it go further?
Well, let me give you an example. The national government in 8 years has already insulated every Housing New Zealand home that is capable of being insulated, and effectively we've done 10 times the number that Phil's government did in their 9 years in office. The problem with Andrea Little's bill is that in some respects it doesn't go far enough, and in some respects it's unenforceable. As the Prime Minister made the point, you would effectively have people having to go through every privately rented property in the country with a little thermometer to see how warm it is.
Okay, well I've got to get Phil to respond to that.
Yeah, look, you can't be satisfied with New Zealand today when 42,000 children are admitted to hospital every year with illnesses related to living in damp, cold, unhealthy homes. That's a national disgrace. The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment estimated that for every dollar we spend on making homes healthier, we get $1.50 return. So you don't have to be a humanitarian, you just have to be an economist to work out that making homes healthy is important, and the least healthy homes in New Zealand are the private sector rental homes, where the landlord gets no return from making it healthier, but the country and the family would. That's why we have to legislate.
David, you've heard that, and that's... Yeah, 100% on the streets. People see this water that's shocking. As Phil said, 40,000 New Zealand kids are admitted to hospital with respiratory conditions, and that needs to change. And the best way to do that is make healthy homes.
Well, you're absolutely right, and I'm not surprised at all. You walk up and down Cuba Street, say, would you like a warm home or a cooler one? And they all said, you want a warm home. I mean, where's the surprise in that? The question is how you actually achieve it.
Are you going to support Andrew's bill?
Can we just have a moment to finish the sentence? The question is how you achieve it. And it's the great lefty fantasy that if only you pass a law, everything will be better. The reality is that we built more homes in 1974 than in any year since. And until the supply of housing grows and tenants have more choices of where to rent, they're going to be stuck with a limited supply of quality housing. And nothing in Andrew Little's bill is going to make a warmer, healthier housing more affordable.
Right.
They're just going to force people to pay for it and give up their money that they would have spent on other things. So it is actually a bit of political showboating, and it's a shame that the Labor Party, that used to stick up for working people, is now themselves for political gain with a bill that won't actually achieve anything but makes them look better politically.
Let's go to Marama. What do you make?
So firstly, the health submissions for the government's current bill agree that it doesn't go far enough. It won't bring down the number of sick children and elderly people who are already paying the price, and that's a burden on our health system. 42,000 a year is a burden on our health system. The government's current proposal doesn't go far enough to fix that. Secondly, an Otago University study piloted Rona Fitness with landlords who liked the process, and the vast majority agreed that they wouldn't put the rents up.
Okay. Hey, look, is there a landlord in the house tonight? Is there a landlord here tonight? Hands up. No landlord.
Wow.
Yeah, you sure? New Zealand property sale? No, not you, Fred. all righty.
There must be. Maybe the landlords just don't want to talk to us.
Maybe. Any renters?
I've got 3 renters
right
here.
Okay, Hayley.
Yeah.
Okay, so does your house get terribly cold in the winter?
Haven't lived there in the winter yet, but I'm assuming it will. Yeah.
How are you going to be heating it?
Probably through breathing out lots.
John Keys actually said that he doesn't believe people will use heat pumps if they're installed because of cost. Would you use a heat pump?
100%, yeah. They are so effective and they're very cost efficient as well.
Well, that's excellent. I believe that. But what about you guys? You have... Anyone here a landlord? Did anyone lie? You are, aren't you?
I'm an Australian and I'm the last person to talk to about an installation program.
Okay, fair enough. What about you? How do you heat your home?
I have a heat pump. I haven't used it yet because it hasn't been cold enough.
Have you used a heat pump ever in the past?
Oh, yeah, last winter, I think.
Do you think that everybody deserves, even renters, even students, to have a healthy, insulated, heated home?
Absolutely.
I mean, it seems a no-brainer, right? Back to you guys.
All right. Yeah. Hayley, thank you very much. Now, Marama, I understand that you're a renter.
Yeah, and so I understand that it's warm in here and we can laugh a little bit about huddling together to keep warm this winter. But the fact is, many families won't turn their heaters on because they'll be trying to pay the rent or the bills and the homes just aren't warm enough. I know that last year in my own home, it was just so drafty and not insulated. I gave up turning the heater on because it didn't make an iota of difference, but it sent my power bill through the roof.
And
Insulated homes would be an investment, a smart investment in our health system and our country.
Just a question to my libertarian colleagues on either side of me here.
All right.
Don't compliment him like that.
Why is it that you have to have a warrant of fitness for a car to ensure that it's safe, but you don't need a warrant of fitness for a house to ensure that it is safe for kids to grow up in?
All right, so the problem... Oh, no, can I
answer that?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I answer that?
Yep.
Actually, Phil may have heard of the building code.
Yes.
There are a large number of requirements for building a home. The question is, how far should it go? And there's always going to be a tension between legislating higher and higher standards, but knowing that if you do that, you're going to end up with people that actually have nowhere to stay at all.
My question,
that's the real issue. What he's saying is that you should have to have a BMW to have a warrant of fitness, even though they have no car at all instead.
A one-sentence answer to that. The estimate is that it will cost the average landlord maybe $1,800
then they'll do
to
it
bring
anyway.
it up to standard.
Then they'll do it anyway.
You make that in a capital gain each and every week in Auckland in a bad week.
Then they'll do it
So
anyway.
why would the landlord find it hard to do that?
All right, last word from Tim McIndoe.
That would imply that you realise that capital gain every week, which of course isn't going to happen. We've got a good record on this. We have been the government, and in fact we did so in an MOU with the Green Party, which has seen the best and most comprehensive insulation package in the country.
You cut it short.
We're also moving on safety measures. We're getting a whole lot of things done.
We have ensured
that every home that we're responsible for as the government, because of Housing New Zealand, that is capable of being insulated is. That's a good record, and we've also made it possible for others in the private sector to get access to the insulation scheme.
This is a really big issue, a really important issue. So I want your thoughts on this on Twitter, at Backbenchers TV. Stay with us more soon.